بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى وصلوات الله وسلامه على نبينا المصطفى المجتبى وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. It was requested from me to deliver a talk today around a really important issue, the issue of mental health. And in our religion as Muslims, especially young people, you have to understand that Islam is the religion that has explained everything. There's nothing connected to the life of the human being except that you're going to find it in the Quran, you're going to find it in the authentic Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No one can be faced with a situation as a Muslim except that he's going to find how the Quran and the Sunnah can govern his life, as Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned in the Quran. وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْقُرْآنِ أو وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابِ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. We sent this book down to you, Ya Muhammad, and it makes everything clear. The Prophet says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, مَا مِن شَيْءٍ يُقَرِّبُكُم مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ إِلَّا أَمَرْتُكُم بِهِ وَمَا مِن شَيْءٍ يُقَرِّبُكُم مِنَ النَّارِ إِلَّا نَهَيْتُكُم عَنْهُ. There is nothing, no thing, zero, sifr. There is nothing that will cause you to go to Jannah except I told you to do it. There is nothing that will cause you to go to the hellfire except that I said don't do it, I made it haram. So if a Muslim is an astronaut, and if a Muslim is a doctor, if a Muslim works and lives in a submarine, and some people live under the water for 6 months, whatever the Muslim finds himself doing in this dunya, his religion, the Quran and the Sunnah, is going to help him to know what to do. Many ayat of the Quran said that. He said in the Quran, وَمَا فَرَّطْنَا فِي الْكِتَابِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. We have not left out anything in this book, anything. So, in order to know what you're doing, you have to learn the religion. My kids who are here, if I don't take the time out to teach them the religion, they're going to be ignorant. They're not going to learn like that. I have to sit down, I have to take them and make wudu, I have to stay on top of them. If you don't do that as a parent, it's a problem. The Prophet said about knowledge, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, طَلَبُ الْعِلْمِ فَرِيدَةٌ عَلَى كُلِّ Muslim. Getting knowledge is an obligation upon every Muslim. Every man, woman, rich, poor, work, don't work, white, black, everybody. Some of us come from countries where our parents didn't have a lot of knowledge about the deen or the dunya. Some of our grandparents can't read, can't write. They can't read, they can't write in their language. They can't read, they can't write in English. They're like the Prophet. He was sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ummi, illiterate, couldn't read, couldn't write. But he was an intelligent person. So no one should ever think that there is an age limit on knowledge. You can be 80, 90 years old. Like I read recently, a man in Egypt, he got his PhD at the age of 90, 90. So the way our community is, many of the women, our wives, sisters, they think I have to be ignorant. That's not the case. You have to go out and you have to get knowledge. The hadith said, إِنَّمَا الْعِلْمُ بِالتَّعَلُّمِ. Knowledge comes as a result of you going out to get it. If you just sit there and you don't do anything, you'll never learn. The sad thing is that many of our shabab, they are some of the best people. Our youngsters are some of the best people when it comes to playing video games. Why can they play video games so much? Because they're committed to it and they're dedicated to it and they put the time in it. So you find my kid getting on your kid's video game, your kid using my kid's video game, and there's this competition. They all know what they're doing. They try to beat each other's high score. Why? Because they spend time practicing the video game. Knowledge has to be like that. Does that mean you have to memorize every book here? Memorize all of the Quran? No. You have to memorize enough of your religion where you can push ignorance off of yourself. I take my kids and I say to them, okay, everybody line up downstairs. Time to make wudu. And I have to watch them. Because if I didn't watch some of them, he won't go up beyond his elbow. But if I keep staying on him, it's going to be second nature. So my point is, there is no limit for knowledge. Now, your grandfathers, grandmothers, inshallah, they had an excuse with Allah. They couldn't read, they couldn't write. Because back in the villages where we come from, there were no ulama. That religion that they had was the religion of the Mulvisa, Khurafat, Bid'ah, Shirk. But they have an excuse, inshallah. We don't have an excuse. Because we have books everywhere. We have people giving dawah everywhere. We have the internet. Now I want to ask you guys, especially you younger people, what do you think about the person who says, you know what, I don't want to drive a car. I don't want to drive a car. I want to have transportation like my great-great-grandfather did. You know, just give me a horse and a buggy. I want to travel around with a horse and a buggy. I don't want to use anything from technology. Just give me a horse and a buggy. We're going to look at him and say, what's wrong with you, man? Did you lose your mind? You better go find your mind somewhere where you lost it. Horse and a buggy? We have nice cars. Now, who's going to say that when it comes to religion? I want the religion that my grandfather, my grandmother had. The religion that our grandmothers and grandfathers had, they did the best that they could back then. This is 2018. 1,439 years after the hijrah of the Prophet ﷺ. And some of us still don't know what we're doing. The basics of Islam. I'm not putting anyone down. I'm just telling you people the importance of getting knowledge, especially when you're young. You start memorizing the Quran right now, it'll never leave you, inshallah. You start learning your religion right now, you'll be a person who knows what you're doing. Especially in this society where people are going to come and they're going to try to push you off of the square. They're going to come up with all kind of foreign ideas about al-Islam. Allah said in the Quran, يُرِيدُونَ أَن يُطْفِئُوا نُورَ اللَّهِ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ وَاللَّهُ مُتِمُّ نُورَهُ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. They want to blow out the light of Allah. They want to extinguish it by blowing on it. They want to kill Islam by going, but Allah will complete His light, although the disbelievers may detest it. I want to ask you young people, is it possible if all of the human beings in Accrington, everybody got together, and the sun was up there, and we all tried to blow out the sun all together, can we blow the sun out? Yes or no? No. Not just no, kalla. We can't do it, never. Also, they'll never be able to blow out the light of Islam. Never. Because Allah Azza wa Jalla loves Islam more than He loves the sun. But the problem is that doesn't mean that the Muslims won't lose their religion. And that's what's going on right now. And the Prophet prophesies that. He said every year the Muslims, the people are going to get worse and worse and worse until Yawm al-Qiyamah. When Yawm al-Qiyamah starts, you won't find a single person saying Allah, Allah. Because every year it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So we have to learn our religion, guys. So the brother, he asked me to do a program today about mental health. And that's an important issue. It's a really important issue because there's no one here except we know people who have been afflicted with mental health. But because these are the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, I have to talk about that first. I have to. Because you young people, unfortunately, if I were to ask your non-Muslim friends who you know, live in this community, go to school with you, play with you, if you were to ask the non-Muslim, when is Christmas? He knows when it is. That's even if he ain't practicing, even if he's not practicing Christianity. He doesn't pray, doesn't go to church. If you ask him, Easter, what is it? When is it? They know when it is. Even if they're not practicing. If you ask the Muslim, when is Ramadan? The Muslim has to know something about Ramadan. He has to know Ramadan is the month that we fast. Ramadan is the month that we come to the Masjid and make Taraweeh. And everybody knows Ramadan. Everybody here heard about Ramadan. Because what's going on? I don't think anybody here doesn't know about Ramadan. But there are some Muslims who don't have a clue it's Ramadan when it's Ramadan. Alright? We are in some days right now that are greater than the days of Ramadan. They are the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. The 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. There are 11 months in the Gregorian calendar. January, February, March, April, May, June, all the way to December. And there are 12 months in the Islamic calendar. Ramadan is one of those months. It's the 9th month. And then Shawwal is the 10th month. And then last month, yesterday, was Dhul Qa'dah. And now we're in Dhul Hijjah. I'm going to say it. I want you to say it. Dhul Hijjah. I'm going to say it again. Hey, I used to watch those karate flicks when I was young. And the karate flicks, they be moving their mouth like that, but they don't really be saying nothing. I don't want you to do that to me. I'm telling you, Dhul Hijjah, you say Dhul Hijjah. Don't just move your mouth like it's karate flick, okay? Dhul Hijjah.
Dhul Hijjah.
Hijjah comes from the word Hajj. It's the month in which the Muslims perform Hajj. It's the 12th month in the calendar, and the first 10 days are the greatest days for the rest of your life. Every year, these 10 days are the greatest days for the rest of your life. So you have to know some things about Dhul Hijjah before we get into the other issue, inshallah. And there's a lot to talk about, a lot. But I won't deal with it too heavy, too deep. This is the first day of Dhul Hijjah, the first day. We have 9 more days to go, inshallah. The Prophet says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ما من أيام العمل الصالح فيهن أحب إلى الله من هذه الأيام. There are no days where if a person does good deeds, Allah loves those good deeds more than these 10 days. So if you fast in the month of Ramadan, Allah loves that. You read the Quran in the month of Ramadan, Allah loves that. If you help an old lady cross the street, that's a good deed. You're helping her cross the street with a grocery. In Ramadan, Allah loves that. But if you do those things in these 10 days, Allah loves it more. The brother went all the way to Liverpool and he brought me all the way here from Liverpool. Allah loves that because it happened in these 10 days. Anything you do in these 10 days are more beloved to Allah than if you did it in any other day for the rest of your life. In the Quran, which was revealed in the month of Ramadan. Ramadan is important, but these 10 days more important than Ramadan. More important. Allah said in the Quran, وَالْفَجْرِ وَلَيَالٍ عَشْرٍ وَالشَّفْعِ وَالْوَتْرِ. Allah swore. You know the Muslim, whenever we swear, when I was a non-Muslim and I was young, we used to say as non-Muslims, I swear on my mother's grave. I swear on my mother's grave. I swear by everything is holy. That's what we used to say. But in Islam, you only can swear by Allah. You only say, Wallahi. Never say, I swear my father, I swear my grandfather. That's what the kuffar of Quraysh used to do during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Prophet told the people, La tahlifu bi abaikum. Don't swear on your fathers. Swear on Allah, by Allah, Wallahi. And you shouldn't swear all the time. If my kid always say, Wallahi, 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 I'm going to snatch him up and I'm going to say, stop doing that. You only swear when it's important and you have to. So the point is, we as human beings swear by Allah alone. But Allah, He swears by whatever He wants to swear by. وَالشَّمْسِ وَالضُّحَاهَا. That's what He swore by. He swears by whatever He wants to swear by. But whatever He swears by, it's important. So Allah in this ayat, He swore by these 10 days, showing that they're important. The 10 days that if you do a good deed in, Allah loves it. Now the question is, if you said to a Christian person, tell me about Halloween, why is it important? Tell me about Christmas, what does it have to do with Jesus? Tell me about Easter, what does it have to do with Jesus? You ask them, they're going to say, I don't know. And even if they try to explain it to you, they don't, it doesn't make sense. But in Islam, if someone said to you, these 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, why does Allah love them? Why does Allah love these 10 days of Dhul Hijjah when you do the good deeds? Why? There are many answers. I'll just give you a few. Number one, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask you guys this. Number one, why does Allah love these 10 days? Number one, because these 10 days Allah completed the religion of Islam. And anytime you complete something as human beings, it's a big thing. Anytime something is complete, it's time for celebration and to be happy. For an example, the Muslim woman is pregnant. She was pregnant for 9 months. And then the baby came out. She completed her pregnancy. We're going to have an aqiqah for that baby. It's party time. If someone gets a degree, he goes to the university, he gets his bachelor's degree, all of us, all of his relatives, after he completes that degree, it's party time. We're going to give him a party. And we're all happy and proud because he completed. They started this masjid one day and then it came complete. There was a day we opened it up as party time. The Prophet says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, man tazawwaja faqad istakmala nisfa dinihi falyattaqillah fi shatr al-akhir. Anyone who gets married, he has completed half of his religion. Let him fear Allah on the other half. So when a Muslim gets married, it's party time. We're going to have a walima. We're going to have a party and celebrate. Allah completed this religion in these 10 days. You guys got that? Why does Allah love the deeds in these 10 days? First answer, because Allah completed this religion. Know your religion, Abdullah. Don't be like a donkey. A donkey in Pakistan walking around. He doesn't know anything about these 10 days. Don't be like that. Be a person who knows what you're doing. Know your religion. Allah completed this religion in 2 ways in the month of Dhul Hijjah, in these 10 days. Number 1, He revealed an ayat in the Quran in Surah Al-Ma'idah, the 5th chapter of the Quran. That ayat said, الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ وَأَتْمَمْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي وَرَدِّيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. He revealed this ayat to Allah, to the Prophet ﷺ. Allah said, Ya Muhammad, on this day I have completed your religion. Now I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to show you why it's important that you pay attention in school. You can't be a joke and a knucklehead in school, playing around, knucklehead, wasting time. The Prophet ﷺ was born and raised in Mecca. At the age of 40, Jibril came to him. And Jibril gave him the ayahs, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Prophet Muhammad, from the age of 40, for 13 years he stayed in Mecca. So you add 40 plus 13. Don't scream out. How much is 40 plus 13? Who knows? Put your hand up. How much? 53. 53. What's your name, son? Yahya. MashaAllah. So the Prophet ﷺ started in Mecca at the age of 40. He started calling Quraysh, the non-Muslims, to Islam. They were hostile. They were fighting him. He stayed in Mecca for 13 years. At the age of 53, he left because he couldn't practice Islam there. And he went to Al-Medina. My kid would never know what is Mecca, what is Medina, if I didn't tell him. He would never know. So the Prophet left Mecca and he went to Medina, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. At the age of 53, as our brother Yahya said, he stayed in Medina for 10 years, from the age of 53 to the age 10 plus 53 equals what, Yahya? 63. And then the Prophet died, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now pay attention. Allah completed this religion in Dhul Hijjah, on the day of Arafah. The day of Arafah is the 9th day of Dhul Hijjah. It's the day before the Eid. What day are we in Dhul Hijjah? What day are we in? Today is what day? Today is the first day. So we have 8 more days. The day of Arafah. Arafah. Allah revealed that ayat. Today I have completed for you your religion. That's one way the religion was completed. Another way, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in the last year of his life when he was 63 years old. Pay attention. 63. It was the end of his life. 63. He fasted Ramadan like we just fasted Ramadan 3 months ago. Ramadan, Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah. He fasted Ramadan. In Ramadan, Jibril came to him twice every night. Every night. Before that year, Jibril would come once every night and practice the Quran with him. But in the last year, he came twice. Prophet Muhammad said, Jibril came to me twice every night this Ramadan. They said, why? He said, because I think I'm going to die soon. That's a sign I'm going to die soon. Now they finished Ramadan, then Shawwal, then Dhul Qa'dah, then Dhul Hijjah. He went to pray Hajj, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He went to perform Hajj. So in the Hajj, we sacrifice animals. So anyone who makes Hajj, he's going to sacrifice. Either he does it himself or he lets someone do it. Look what happened. Prophet Muhammad was performing Hajj, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He sacrificed 100 sheep. 100 for himself. He took a knife and he sacrificed 63 for himself. 63. And then he gave the knife to Ali ibn Abi Talib and said, do the rest. Now I want to ask you, Yahya, if the Prophet had 100 camels, 100 sheep, and then you take from 163, how many are left? 37. So Ali ibn Abi Talib slaughtered 37. Now my son has to know who Ali ibn Abi Talib is. How he's going to know if I didn't teach him? I didn't teach him Abu Bakr. I didn't teach him Umar. I didn't teach him Uthman. He just has a cousin whose name is Ali. He has a cousin named Abu Bakr, but he doesn't know. So the Prophet slaughtered 63, and he gave the rest to Ali. Why did the Prophet slaughter 63? Because it was a sign telling the people, I'm going to die soon. One sheep for each year of my life. I'm about to die. Islam is complete. So he said to the Muslims, خُذُوا عَنِّي خُذُوا عَنِّي خُذُوا عَنِّي فَإِنِّي لَا أَدْرِي هَلْ أَلْقَاكُمْ بَعْدَ حِجِّي هَذَا. Take from me the rights of Hajj. Learn from me the rights of Hajj. Learn and pay attention. Look at me doing this Hajj, because I don't think I'm going to be with you after this year. He started in Mecca, giving dawah 13 years, and then in Medina 10 years, 23 years. His mission is complete. That's one of the reasons why Allah loves these 10 days. Another reason, and there are many. Another reason is because of Arafat. Arafat. How many of you heard of Arafat before? That word Arafat. How many of you never heard Arafat? Put your hand up if you never heard Arafat. Okay, that's our situation. You ask the Muslim, you know Arafat? He said, Ara who? Ara what? I'm going to say, and I want you to say Arafat. Arafat. With an ayn. Arafat. Arafat. Together like one jama'ah. Arafat. Arafat. Listen, the 9th day of Dhul Hijjah is the day of Arafat. Arafat is over there close to Mecca. How many of you have performed Umrah or Hajj before? Put your hand up. If you never performed Umrah or Hajj, put your hand up. Okay, Arafat is over in Mecca, and wallahi, everybody here has been in Arafat. Everybody. Allah said in the Quran, وَإِذْ أَخَذَ رَبُّكَ مِنْ بَنِي آدَمَ مِنْ ظُهُورِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ وَأَشْهَدَهُمْ عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ أَلَسْتُ بِرَبِّكُمْ قَالُوا بَلَى شَهِدْنَا أَن تَقُولُوا يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ إِنَّا كُنَّا عَنْ هَذَا غَافِلِينَ. Allah said, and remember, Ummah al-Islam, remember when your Lord took out of Adam's loins, from his stomach, Allah took all of Adam's children out of his loins, and Allah placed them out in the earth. And Allah said to all of them, am I not your Lord? All of them said, yes, la ilaha illallah. All of them said that. And then Allah said, so that you don't come Yawm al-Qiyamah and you won't say, I didn't know anything about this. And then Allah put them back inside of Adam. So the Prophet said about this hadith, this ayat, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said when Allah created Adam, Allah took out of Adam's stomach all of his children, everybody. George Bush, all of them. Benjamin Netanyahu, all of them. Donald Trump was there, Pharaoh, everybody. He took everybody out of Adam's loins and spread them out at Mount Arafat. All of Adam's children. And then Allah said, am I not your Lord? La ilaha illallah. They all said, yes, la ilaha illallah. So that you don't come and you say, I don't know about this. So Adam was looking at his children. Adam said, Ya Allah, my Rabb, who are those people? Who are they? Allah said, those are your children until Yawm al-Qiyamah. And each child had a glimmering light between his eyes. You know what that light was? At-Tawheed, Al-Iman. They were born as Muslims, created as Muslims. The Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, مَا مِن مَوْلُودٍ يُولِدُ إِلَّا عَلَى الْفِطْرَةِ فَأَبَوَاهُ يُهَوِّدَانِ أَوْ يُنَصِّرَانِ أَوْ يُمَجِّسَانِ. Every child that is born with the fitrah. La ilaha illallah. His mother's father make him a Jew, a Christian, or a Magi. His mother and his father. His mother and his father start telling him, Jesus is the Son of Allah. There is no God. Or the environment that they let him come up in. If a child was born in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the jungle, and an island in the middle of the ocean, that child, if nobody bothers him, he's going to grow up and he's going to look up and say, La ilaha illallah. He's not going to say, Ya la ilaha illallah. He's going to look up. Because Allah put a seed in everybody's fitrah, letting everybody know He is above. No one is going to say the sun is Allah, the moon is Allah. No one. Unless his mother and his father and his environment corrupted him. So Adam looked. He saw everybody had that glimmering light. Everybody, everybody. And there was one person from Adam's children, his light was bigger than everybody. Adam said, Ya my Lord, Ya Rabbi, who is that? Who has that biggest light? Who do you think that light belonged to? Anybody know? Yes.
The prophet.
Yeah, which one? Good try. What's your name? What's your name? Nice try. Qais. Qais means intelligent. He said Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but it wasn't Prophet Muhammad. That light belonged to Dawood. Dawood, the father of Sulaiman, another prophet of Islam. Dawood was a tremendous Nabi in Islam. My boy won't know his story if I don't tell him about it. My boy won't know anything about Dawood if I don't tell him about it. Adam asked Allah, how long would he live? He was told he's going to live for 60 years. Adam said, I'll give him 40 years of my life. So it was said, so it was written. When the angel of death came to take Adam's life, Adam said, no, I still have 40 more years. The angel of death said, do you remember what happened with your son Dawood and you gave him 40 years of your life? Adam said, no, I didn't. That didn't happen. He denied it and rejected. So Prophet Muhammad said in this authentic hadith, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Jahida Adam wa jahida dhurriyatahu. Nasiya Adam wa nasiya dhurriyatahu. Adam rejected it, just as his children reject things. Adam forgot, just as his children forget. How do we reject? We reject a lot of stuff, guys. A lot. A lot. Like the ayat of the Quran. أَلَمْ نَجْعَلْ لَهُ عَيْنَيْن وَلِسَانًا وَشَفَتَيْن وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْن. Allah said, didn't we give Bani Adam 2 eyes so he could see with, 2 lips to talk, understand, a tongue? We showed him the right way, the wrong way, and he won't learn his religion. He won't learn. He's rejecting the ni'mah of Allah. Like I told you before, Surah Ar-Rahman, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? Allah gave me children, I'm going to leave them not knowing the religion. I'm going to not make serious priority and effort so that they'll know who Allah is. Adam rejected and his kids rejected. And Adam forgot and his children will forget. He forgot he didn't pray. He forgot. Sometimes it's a problem to forget. Sometimes it's natural. Anyway, the point is, everybody's been to Arafat. Hey guys, if it was only for the importance of Arafat, only Arafat, then it would make these 10 days tremendous. But there are other things other than Arafat. Also about Arafat that you should know is about Hajj. And in Hajj, we start the Hajj on the 8th day, 9th, 10th day, 11th, 12th, 13th. Hajj is 5-6 days. Prophet Muhammad said, and Hajj Arafah. The most important day for Hajj, Arafah. If you miss that day, you miss Hajj. If you get that day and miss other things, you got the Hajj. Prophet Muhammad says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, on the day of Arafah, Allah says to all of the malaika, yubahi bihim al-malaika. Allah gathers up all of the malaika and say, look at my slaves. They're at Arafah with the ihram on, making dua, asking Allah to forgive them in the middle of the desert. Allah said to the malaika, look at them, and Allah is bragging. Because when Allah created Adam, Allah said to the malaika, He said to the malaika, Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. I'm going to put in the earth Adam, a khalifa, human beings. The angels were shocked, if you can say that. They said, أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءِ وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ وَنُقَدِّسُ لَكَ. Are you going to put in the earth a human being? He makes fasad, fitna, and he's going to kill people. He sheds blood. And we, the malaika, we worship you, we glorify you. We don't disobey you. Allah said, Inni a'lamu ma la ta'lamun. I know what you don't know. I know from amongst them are prophets like Adam and Sulaiman and Dawood and Ishaq and Yaqub and Ibrahim and Ilyas, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhim. I know from them of those people, they can do sins if they want, but they try to do the right thing. I know there will be a group of them in Arafah. spending their money coming to the desert. So Allah on the day of Arafat, if it wasn't for just this issue, it's enough. On the day of Arafat, guys, listen to me. Allah will forgive more people and save them from the hellfire on the day of Arafat than any other day. So on the 9th day of Dhul Hijjah, you have to make tawbah to Allah Azza wa Jal. Don't wait until that day, but on that day, that's the day where Allah frees more people from the hellfire than any other day. In the month of Ramadan, we're making dua. In the month of Ramadan, and that's good. And Allah forgives people because the doors of Jannah open in the month of Ramadan. Doors of hellfire close. But on the day of Arafah, Allah takes out of the hellfire, says people won't go more on this day. Arafat is tremendous. That's the second reason why Allah loves these 10 days, the day of Arafat. I want to ask you guys, the day of Arafat, little man, what's your name? Husnain. What number, what day is Arafat? What day is it? In Dhul Hijjah, what day, what number? Breathe, breathe, son, breathe. What day is Dhul Hijjah? In Dhul Hijjah is Arafat. You, what day, what number? 9th. The 9th day. We're in the first day. Tomorrow, second day. Then the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. The 9th day is Arafat. But we got to move on, guys. Why does Allah love these 10 days? Because He completed the religion in these days. On the day of Arafat. The Prophet's death, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also because of all that stuff about Arafat. But Arafat is not the best day of Hajj. Listen to this hadith. Know your religion. La nasab, dita Ali, dita. Listen to this. The Prophet says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Inna a'adam al-ayami inda Allahi yawm al-nahr, thumma yawm al-qarr. Listen. Prophet Muhammad said, the greatest day in the dunya, the whole world, ever, is the day of slaughter and sacrifice. And then the day where people are relaxing. That's the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Arafat is the 9th. And then the 10th is the Eid. But for the people and pilgrims, it's called Yawm al-Nahr, the day of slaughtering. That's the greatest single day in the dunya. Every year. It's greater than Arafat. The greatest day to Allah is the day of An-Nahr. And then the day after that, the 11th. And I'm going to explain to you why. Those of you who performed Hajj before, you know that on the 9th day of Arafat, we leave Mina and we go to Arafat. You're there for Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib. After Salat al-Maghrib, we leave Arafat to go to Muzdalifah. When the Prophet arrived at Muzdalifah in the nighttime, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he prayed Salat al-Maghrib 3 rakats, Salat al-Isha 2, and he went to sleep. It was the only time he didn't even pray Salat al-Witr. He never abandoned Witr. When he traveled, he would leave off the Salat connected to Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. But he never left off the 2 rakats of Fajr and the Witr at night. But on the day of Muzdalifah, when you leave Arafat, he didn't pray Salat al-Witr. He went to sleep. You know why? Because tomorrow is Yawm al-Nahr. Yawm al-Nahr is the big day that the pilgrims have to do a lot. Pay attention. The day begins in Islam at Maghrib time. Today at Maghrib, when Maghrib comes, it's going to be the second day of Dhul Hijjah. If Ramadan was going to start, it's going to start after Maghrib. Alright? So that's different between us and non-Muslims. You got to know that. So listen. On the 9th day, Arafat. Maghrib comes, the people at Arafat. From Arafat, they're going to go on the 10th. This is the 10th now. They go to Muzdalifah. They sleep in Muzdalifah. They get up and they pray 2 rakats. They pray Salat al-Fajr. After Prophet Muhammad prayed Salat al-Fajr, he took the people and he moved up. They call that place in the Quran Al-Ma'shar al-Haram. He went to that place and he waited for the sun to come up. All of the Muslims were there. And Allah mentioned this place in the Quran. After the sun came up, he headed to Mecca. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he got to Mecca, after Dhuhr, he threw the big shaitan, they call it. At Jamrat al-Aqaba. Just on that first day. You have to throw that big one. Then you have to slaughter then you have to cut your hair, then you have to go to the Kaaba and do Tawaf al-Ifada. A lot of people down here. So this is the day you do a lot. So it's called Yawm al-Nahr. Allah's Prophet said, this is the day that Allah loves more than any other day. It's called in the Quran Al-Hajj al-Akbar, the big Hajj. I'm going to say it, I want you to say it. Al-Hajj al-Akbar.
Al-Hajj al-Akbar.
Good job, little man. Al-Hajj al-Akbar.
Al-Hajj al-Akbar.
Are you saying it back there in the corner, man? Are you doing a karate flick on me or what? Al-Hajj al-Akbar.
Al-Hajj al-Akbar.
It's mentioned in the Quran in Surah At-Tawbah. Listen to this ayat, Ahlul Hadith. Allah said in Surah At-Tawbah, one of the last surahs that was revealed. Surah At-Tawbah was revealed in the last year of the Prophet's life. Allah said in the beginning of the surah, وَأَذَانٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ إِلَى الْمُشْرِكِينَ إِلَى النَّاسِ يَوْمَ الْحَجِّ الْأَكْبَرِ أَنَّ اللَّهَ بَرِيءٌ مِّنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ وَرَسُولُهُ. Allah said, Allah is proclaiming to the people on the day of Al-Hajj al-Akbar that Allah is free from the polytheists, the mushrikeen, and His messenger is free from the mushrikeen. So when that ayah was revealed, Prophet Muhammad sent some people, Abu Bakr and others, to say to the people of Quraysh, after today, the 10th day of Dhul Hijjah, we're making Hajj. After today, no more non-Muslim can make tawaf around this Kaaba. After today, no one can come and make tawaf without their clothes on. That was something they used to do. On that day, Islam conquered everything. No more non-Muslim can go around this Kaaba if you're a mushrik, because Allah is free from the mushrikeen. Listen to me. Allah is free from shirk. Prophet Muhammad is free from shirk. So if you're a person, you little kid, you want a birthday cake, and they got candles, and you make a wish, and you blow, Allah is free from that. Because that's shirkun billah. Shirk. Making a wish and blowing fire out. That comes from people who worship fire. That's where that comes from. Halloween. Hey, mom, can I go? I want to be a shaitan. I want to be a jinn. I want to be a devil. I want to be a witch. Practicing Halloween, even if you don't believe in it, you just want to go and get some sweets. Allah is free from that. Free from the one who does that. When I was little, we would eat the chicken. There's this thing in there called the wishbone. You ever saw the wishbone in the chicken? You guys know what the wishbone is? It's shaped like this. It's a piece of the chicken shaped like a bone shaped like this. I'll take one part, my brother take the other part. I take one side, my sister take the other side. We say, make a wish, and we broke the chicken. His bone, make a wish. I hope I get a bike soon. That broken bone is not going to bring me a bike. Some of the Muslims in this city and other cities, he gets a car. He takes a black string, a black thread, and ties it on the muffler, ties it on the car. Allah is free from that. How is that black thread going to save your car from crashing? How? You know what these non-Muslims do? They believe that the rabbit is lucky. You ever saw the rabbit's foot? I'm asking you guys, you ever saw the rabbit's foot? Non-Muslims will take the rabbit's foot, hang it on the mirror in the car, saying, oh, it's going to keep me from accident, give me good luck. They believe that. If that rabbit was so lucky, his foot wouldn't be there. You understand that? If he was so lucky, his foot wouldn't be there. So how are you going to come and worship and believe that stuff? You know the horseshoe? The horseshoe. The iron thing they put on the horse's feet. The non-Muslims will put it over the door, and they come in and believe, oh, put it over the door, it's going to give you good luck coming in. Allah is free from that. It's not okay for the Muslims to do that. I went to India, and in India, they had all this kind of stuff. Good luck to make money. Good luck for your business. Good luck, good luck. And then we borrow from those people in our religion. Allah is free from that. Don't look at me with those googly eyes. I'm telling you, we have to be people of Tawheed. You guys know what Tawheed is? That means when you're scared and afraid, you look for Allah. You ask Allah. Don't be thinking that some human being can hurt you or help you, the jinn, the ghost, this, that. You got to believe in Allah. Allah. You guys got that? So that's the best day because of all of the things that the Muslims do. And then the next day, the 11th day, the people stay in at Mina. They call that Yawm al-Qadr because the people are just relaxing for the next 3 days. So guys, that's what I had to present today in terms of today. I'm going to talk about mental illness, But I had to tell you about that. You got that case? You got what I'm saying? You with me, Yahya? What's your name, little man? Husnain, that's right, Husnain. But look, before I forget, there are certain things we should do on these days. A lot. Because Allah loves the good deeds in these days. You have to do the wajibat. You have to pray. It's wajib. The Hadith al-Qudsi, Allah said in the Hadith al-Qudsi, ما تقرب عبدي إلي بشيء أحب إلي مما افترضت عليه. My slave does not get close to me with anything that I love more than the thing that's wajib upon him. So you have to make salah. Well, she doesn't have hijab on. I'm not judging anybody. She doesn't wear hijab. He used to smoke cigarettes. Maybe he smoked joint here or there. Maybe did this here, maybe did that there. We did some sins, we did some crimes. Okay, no problem. Everybody make mistakes. Adam's sons, they make mistakes. Adam, his fitrah, he made a mistake. So he got expelled from Jannah. We all make mistakes. So we have to ask Allah to forgive us, especially on the day of Arafat, especially. But how are you going to get blessed in Ramadan if you don't pray? How are you going to get blessed in Ramadan if you don't wear hijab? All right, she doesn't wear hijab. I'm a father, her uncle, a brother. I can't say that's her problem. No, that's my problem too if I don't do something about it. If I don't have any control over her, no control. I can't make her do, but at least I can give her advice. Come here. I brought you something. I brought you a nice pair of shoes. I brought you a ring because I love you, whatever. But I'm asking you about Allah. You know the hijab and this and that and this and that. Then she do what she want to do, but at least I try. As for us, where is the manliness? You know what I find crazy? And I just give you as an example. The Pashtuns and the Pathans. Not just them, but everybody. But I'm giving you an example. The Pashtuns and the Pathan. You know they're fierce people about their culture. I'm a Pashtun, I'm a Pathan. I'm not against them, I'm making a point. Because everybody has this. Chaudhry has it. Everybody got it. Pashtun and Pathan. Yeah, but where is that thing as it relates to your ghira, your jealousy for your women? When do we only see it when someone wants to marry from your family when they're not from your tribe? That's the only time we see it? That racism comes from you only at that time? You guys, where you come from? I come from Jalem. Okay, that's beautiful. But why do we only see that when it's racism involved? Why don't we see that in your existence? This is where I come from, like in Hajj. The Prophet said about Hajj, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we got a brother from Yemen. Everybody does that. People from Yemen, this tribe, I'm from this place, I'm from that place. Everybody, Africans, everybody have it. But we have it in the wrong way, at the wrong time, in the wrong place. Prophet Muhammad said about the pilgrims in Hajj, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Al-Hajj wal-Mu'tamar, Waftullah, Da'ahum, Fa'ajabuh, Wasa'aluh, Fa'atahum. The people who perform Hajj and Umrah, they are the delegation of Allah. Allah invited them to come and they went. And they asked Allah at Arafat and Allah gave them what they want. This hadith is important. You know a delegation like in the United Nations. The delegation from Pakistan, the delegation from Nigeria, the delegation from Saudi Arabia, a delegation. So when you go to make Hajj, you're the delegation. You're representing your family. You're representing your community. That's why, guys, if someone were to make Hajj from your community, you should have a Hajj dinner for him before he goes. And before he comes back, have a Hajj dinner for him. You know why? Because he's representing you. If you go to Hajj, you are a delegation representing your tribe, your mother, your father. They never got a chance to make Hajj, your great-grandfather. So when you go and you step in that holy land, that sacred land, you're saying, I'm here representing the Pashtuns and the Pathans in my behavior. I'm going to be on my best behavior in this place. That's where you should have that thing about Izzah, where you come from. Not in a racist way that we do it. That racist thing, the Prophet said, it stinks. Innaha muntina, it stinks. When the Ansar man said, Ya lil Ansar, and the other man said, Ya lil Muhajirin, Prophet Muhammad said, Ad-da'wat al-jahiliyyah wa la bayna adharikum, da'uha finnaha muntina. Do you use the da'wah of the times of Jahiliyyah, oh my tribe, and I'm right here with you. He said, leave it because it stinks. The way you do it is stinky. It stinks. The way we're supposed to use it is like the ayah of the Quran. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِندَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. We made you nations and tribes so that you can get to know each other. And the best of you has the most taqwa. So anyway, what do we do in these days? We have to do the wajibat. You have to pray. If you miss days in Ramadan from fasting, you owe days because you traveled, because you were sick. These are the best days to make them up. Right now. These are the best days to make them up. Right now. Your wife owes days, your daughters. You go back, make those days up now. Do all of the wajibat. From the wajibat is tawbah. وَتُوبُوا إِلَى اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا يَا أَيُّهَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. All of you should make tawbah for the things that you've done. And the hopes that Allah will have mercy upon you. These days is wajib. Also, another thing that you have to do, ikhwani, is a dhikr. A lot of dhikr. How many of you have made dhikr today? More than you normally make. Prophet Muhammad said about these days, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, فَأَكْثِرُوا فِيهَا مِنَ الذِّكْر مِنَ التَّهْلِيلِ وَالتَّكْبِيرِ وَالتَّحْمِيدِ. He says, say during these days, La ilaha illallah, a lot. Say in these days, Allahu Akbar, a lot. Say in these 10 days, Alhamdulillah, a lot. So Abu Huraira, Abdullah bin Umar, they used to go outside and they just would say, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, so that the people would see him in the marketplace and say it after them. Did you make more dhikr during these days? Just more dhikr. That's our community, ikhwani. I don't want to put anybody down. I'm not putting anybody down, but this is how it is. Our ummah, wallahi. We got a lot of problems. But still, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Why? Because we have Allah. That's tawheed, that you don't give up. Allah can change the situation. But I'm talking to each and every individual here. Another thing you should do is you should try to slaughter during these days. The Prophet says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِذَا رَأَيْتُمْ هِلَالَ Dhul Hijjah وَأَرَادَ أَحَدُكُمْ أَنْ يُضَحِيَ فَلَا يَمْسِكْ شَيْئًا مِنْ شَعْرِهِ وَأَظْفَارِهِ. If the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah come and one of you want to slaughter, then don't take away from your hair and don't cut and trim your nails. So you should have done that and groom yourself. Prophet Muhammad said 10 things are from the fitrah. Ashratun min al-fitrah. 10 things are from the fitrah. 5 in your head, 5 in your body. Listen to this. 10 things are from the fitrah. 5, he called it the fitrah. The natural disposition that you're created with. 10 things from the fitrah. 5 in your head, 5 in your body. In your head is you make istinshaq when you make wudu. You blow it out. 1. Number 2, you trim your mustache and stay on top of that. Look, your nose, your mouth. Just follow. It's easy. Nose, mouth. Your nose and your lip. Number 3, when you make wudu, and mugmaga. Not like this. Not like that. Like this, look. You shouldn't just put water in your mouth and spit it out when you make wudu. You should go, make it go around. Prophet Muhammad said that's from the fitrah. Nose, mustache, this. Number 4, the miswak. Because Islam is telling you to keep your mouth clean and to be on top of your hygiene. Number 5, leave your lihya. And the only time the companions used to shave their lihya is at the time of Hajj and Umrah. Abdullah bin Umar, only at the time of Hajj and Umrah, he would grab a fistful like this and cut it. Only. He didn't do it before the wedding. He didn't do it before the this or that, before he got a job interview. Only. He would grab it here, whatever came down, he would cut that. 5 in your head. One more time. Your nose, your lip, mugmaga, miswak. Number 5, leave your lihya. Number 6, just put your arm right here. Take this hair off. 6, 7, just go down right here. Look, between your fingers and your hands. When you make wudu, don't just do this. You have to make wudu and go through your fingers, the web of your fingers and your toes. And even doctors, when they wash and get ready for surgery, they just don't wash. They wash between these as well. Prophet Muhammad said that's from the fitra. Look, 6, go down, 7. Your fingers and your toes. 8, your fingernails and your toenails. You have to stay on top of that. Number 9, you bring your hand right here, right below your belly button. Right there. You know that hair that grows right there? You have to cut that. Now my boy, he's 13 years old. My man right there, 13 years old. He's becoming balig. He starts to have hair. I have to sit that boy down and say, come here, son. Let me explain to you what's going on and what the deal is and what you got to do. But the culture, what does the culture say? Because we're embarrassed. The culture says, I just give him a razor. You know, a big razor, I leave it to him, I just walk off. My boy picks up the razor and says, what is he doing? What does he want me to do with this? He doesn't know. I have to sit him down and say, yo, this is what you got to do, little man. You got to keep yourself groomed. Not that culture stuff. Just leave them like that. Drop it. And that's how our fathers did with us. Our fathers weren't shy and embarrassed to sit down and to teach us the deen. This stuff is from the deen. From the fitrah. 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10, you go down a little bit more. My little boy's laughing right now. You go down a little bit more. You have to do the circumcision. Those are from the fitrah. I want to see if you memorize those 10. 5. Do the 5 in your head. 5.
The nose.
The nose. The mustache.
The mother. Teeth.
The teeth. The miswak. And the good job, brother. It's easy. Nose. This, that. 5. All right. The other 5 in your body. You, my man. 5 in your body. Go ahead. 6. Go down with your arm like this. Do like this. 7. But you got to include this with your toes. 7. 8. You include that with your toes. 9, 10. Go ahead, do it. No, from some 6. Do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where's number 6 at, man? Where's number 6? Where's number 6? Go ahead. 7. Your belly? Well, what are you going to put it? What, piercing in your belly or something? What are you talking about? Huh? Yeah, your pubic hair. Your pubic hair. Any of you youngsters want to try? She's not laughing, guys. I'm going to let you laugh. It's okay. I want you to learn your religion. You go to that school. You go to that school. If you know this stuff, you go to that school and it's time for gym, physical education. We're going to play. You go, you shouldn't let other people see your aura. But, okay, we don't know our religion. So I go in the locker room, I take my clothes off, they look good, they take clothes off, and you look, he looked like an animal. Like a wolf. A wolf, a tiger, a lion. You ever see those women? Even our women, they got long fingernails. Long fingernails, like a monster. It's not our religion. Prophet Muhammad says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum. Anyone who resembles a people, he's from those people. So the Muslim beauty is not like that. Did you know, guys, that the Prophet cursed the woman who trims her eyebrows? Did you know that? Prophet Muhammad cursed the woman who trims her eyebrows. That's the majority of the people who we know in Islam, the women who we know. He said, La'anallah an-namisa wa mutanammisa. May Allah curse the lady who trims it for her and the one who gets it done. And I, as a man, Pashtun, Patan, whatever I am, I can't come to my wife and say, hey, I'm Pashtun, Patan. I'm the boss with the hot sauce. I don't want you doing that anymore. We can't say that to him. But I'm going to brag. That's not bragging the right way. So you guys laugh, but it's serious. And that's why Anas ibn Malik, he said to the Tabi'een, they're the students of the companions. Listen to what he said. إنكم لتعملون أعمالا هي أدق في أعينكم من الشعر كنا نراها على عهد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من الموبقات. He said to the Tabi'in, you people are doing deeds. They are more insignificant in your eyes than a piece of hair. The companions during the time of the Prophet, we used to see these things as major sins. You see it as being insignificant, like a piece of hair. During the time of the Prophet, we used to look at these things as being serious. Serious. Like not praying. not wearing hijab. People see that just like a piece of hair in your eyebrow. Just get it off. The haircut in Islam. He has some hair. He makes a hair. Most of our shabab cut their hair short here. Most of us. And the imam won't talk about these basic issues. Not here, I'm just saying. Our imams are not addressing these issues. And then our shabab, what do? They get this thing where they want to do Islam, but they don't have the correct tarbiyah, so they become extreme. And we find them in Syria and doing craziness. So it's not a joke, it's a serious issue. Anyway, you have to slaughter. If you slaughter, the one who was slaughtering, you shouldn't take from your hair and stuff like that. You guys got that? Now, as for mental illness and stuff like that, a lot can be mentioned. I hope you don't mind it. I have to tell the people about Dhul Hijjah, huh? As for mental illness, what time is it right now? That clock didn't move at all. And that's a sign, guys. The broken clock is right 2 times every day. 2 times today, it was 7 minutes after 6. Meaning what? Nobody's always right, and no one's always wrong. Even Shaitan gets it right sometimes. Nobody is always right, and no one is always wrong. But you have a religious responsibility to know the Quran and Sunnah is always right. Prophet Muhammad is always right. But any sheikh, any speaker, any human being, any father, no one is always right or always wrong. As it relates to mental illness, Ikhwani, very quickly, a lot can be said about mental illness in our religion, right? Because as I told you, our religion addressed this issue. The Prophet said, رُفِعَ الْقَلَمُ عَنْ ثَلَاثَ مِنْهُمْ عَلَى الْمَجْنُونَ حَتَّى يَعْقِلْ. The pen of responsibility has been lifted off of 3 people. And one of them is the one who is crazy, Majnoon, until he gets his senses back. We were talking about Mecca today. Did you guys see in the month of Ramadan the videotape where that brother jumped from the 3rd floor of the Kaaba and he killed himself? Did you guys see that? How many of you saw that video? That was a horrific video. Our religion teaches you how, this wasn't present during the time of Prophet Muhammad, but the Quran and the Sunnah teaches us how to use this phone. Teaches us how to. It's not permissible for my son, 13 years old, to get on one of those games and he's talking to some girl in Australia and she said, "Oh, I like the way you talk English." And he says, "Yeah, I like the way you talk English too. What's your name?" What? No. That's wrong. This wasn't even there during the time of Prophet Muhammad. But text messages go out. I can't get a text message, just send it out because I have to read that text message and say, is this hadith sahih? If it's not, I don't send it out. If it is, I send it out. I can't send fake news out. Fake news, left, right, and center. Anything we get, we just send it out. No. You have to have a minhaj. You have to know what you're doing. So the one who videotaped that brother, may Allah have rahmah upon him, putting in Jannat al-Firdaus, the one who caught that on video, he wasn't there to catch that, but he caught it. They caught it. Now they have to say, by sending this out, what does Islam say about sending this out? Islam is going to say to him, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. None of you truly believes you love for your brother what you love for yourself. Would you want your family to see something like that happen? And if it was your relative, would you like that? And when you send it out, you're going to be a fitna for people, because when it's sent out, people started becoming keyboard warriors. Keyboard warriors. He's in the hellfire. Look at him. He's in the hellfire, and the Prophet said he's in the hellfire. You don't know his situation. You don't know his situation. What are you talking about? That's why the Prophet said, "Inna min husni Islam al-marb tarku ma la ya'ni." From a person's good Islam, leaving alone what doesn't concern you. I got enough challenges with my kids, man. My daughters, my wives. I got enough challenges. I don't have to worry about where you get your car from, how you get that car. You got Reba, his kid did that. I don't have time for that. Why you got your nose in my business? And I'm talking to my wife about stuff I don't even know the details of it. And you don't know the details of it. It's just Peter or car. He said, she said. He said, she said. And if you came and you sat down and said to the person, yeah, tell me what you know. It's just Peter or car. He said, she said. You don't know anything. So, keyboard warriors. This is haram. There was a video of that man. May Allah have mercy upon him, put him in Jannah for those. He went and he met the Imam of the Kaaba. There could have been something on his bucket list. You know what a bucket list is, right? You guys know what a bucket list is? You know those last things you want to do before you die. That man, when he arrived in Saudi Arabia, they took him to the hospital, mental hospital. They let him out. So he has this in his mind already. So his bucket list, maybe I want to meet the Imam before I kill myself. Because he's schizophrenic. He's hearing voices. So when he went to the Imam of the Kaaba, the police were going to stop him. The Imam said, let him. He came and he hugged the Imam and stuff. A few minutes later, he killed himself. So there's some wisdom as to why did Allah allow that to happen at the Kaaba, so that the whole Muslim world could see it. Maybe one of the wisdoms is, you know, as communities, we're very cultural. Where we come from, Africa, Arabs, we're cultural. We're cultural. If we have someone who has a mental problem, we want to put them in the attic, we want to put them in the basement and lock the key up and just throw them away and not deal with the situation. Whereas white people, many times, they don't deal with it like that. They grab the bull by the horns and they try to deal with the situation. They try to give them their rights. So in our religion, guys, there is mental illness. So the Prophet wouldn't say the pen will be lifted off. And there are many mental, as a matter of fact, there's so many. He said in the Quran, الذين يأكلون الربا لا يقومون إلا كما يقوم الذي يتخبط من المس إلا كالذي يتخبط من الشيطان من المس. Verily those people who eat riba, who use it, devour usury, Yawm al-Qiyamah, they won't stand up except like the one who has been touched by the shaitan, the one who needs an exorcism. We have that in our religion. People who have magic, evil eye on them. People who have issues. But when you don't have Aqidah, you don't have Tawheed, what happens in the Asian community, in our community, is the Raqi, the one who does Ruqya. He's a charlatan. He's a thief. He's a hustler. He's hustling people. You go to him and you say, hey, Maulvi Sahib, my baby, my daughter, my wife, my sister, they have the jinn. He says, okay, I'll do it. Just give me 500 pounds. Just give me 500 pounds. Why are you going to give him 500 pounds? You can read on your loved one. So the point here is, we have this issue. The Prophet said, and I'm going to end with this because time is really going by. He said to his companions, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, inna min ashrat as-sa'a la harajan. Verily close to the time of Yawm al-Qiyamah is there going to be a lot of killing. The companions said, Ya Rasulullah, we meet up with the non-Muslims and we kill them each year so many times. We have 4 or 5 battles a year, we kill them. He said, I'm not talking about you killing the non-Muslims in jihad, fighting, the real jihad. Not this Boko Haram stuff, not Taliban stuff, not Al-Qaeda stuff, not a Shabab of Somalia, not that stuff. Jihad of Islam in its proper time and place with its rules and regulations. Not this craziness that our youngsters are calling jihad. No. So I'm talking about a context and a reality. He said, no, I'm not talking about you people spreading Islam, fighting non-Muslims. I'm talking about you Muslims killing each other. You killing each other. Listen to what the companions said. They were shocked to find out a time is going to come, Muslims going to kill each other. They were shocked. So he said, Ya Rasulullah, وَهَلْ مَعَهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ أَقُولُهُمْ. Will those Muslims have their minds during that day? During that time? Are they have their aql? He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, la tunza'u uqulu akthari dhalik al-zaman. Most of the people during that time who are living, they won't have their minds. وَيُخْلَفُ لَهُ هَبَاءٌ مِّنَ النَّاسِ لَا أَقُولُ لَهُم. There will be a group of people who, they'll live that time, and they won't have any intellect. Meaning what? Pay attention. I'm going to end with this. We're living at a time when mostly everybody here is suffering from some mental illness. From severe to mild. Depression. schizophrenia, waswas, OCD, anger management issues. Even our kids, even addictions. Some people wake up in the middle of the night, they turn the phone on to check their phone in the middle of their sleep. And there are things that are going on with this phone, with the lights of the phone. They put it together to control your mind. And I'm not one of those Illuminati dudes. I'm not one of those, but it is a fact. These people have us moving like we're robots, and you don't know why you buy that. Why do you buy this? Why I got it? I want to get a mobile phone. Why I got to get an iPhone? Because everybody else has an iPhone. Why do you want that? Why? Because everybody else. But the Muslim is not like that. Prophet Muhammad brought a religion that gives liberation to the person once he knows who his Lord is. He doesn't know who his Lord is, he's easily influenced. They're smoking weed, you gotta smoke weed. They're selling crack, you gotta sell crack. They're not doing well in school, you have to not do well in school. And that's how we're behaving. So I want to say to you guys, mental illness, our children have mental illness. Our children have mental illness. Our kids don't have the ability. You know how you used to respect your mother and your father, your grandmother, grandfather? Our children don't respect you like that. Unless you like me and you demand the respect, you demand it. Because they know it's a price to pay if they don't give it up. But your child our children will, the mother, your wife, cooks, cleans, loves him, does everything, and he can't even say to her, shukran ma, jazakillahu khairan ma. Can't even say that. That kalima, he can't say to his wife, to his mother, shukran ma. He thinks whatever it is, I deserve it. It's mine, my right. We're living in a tough time. And I don't want to put these kids down because they don't deserve to be put down. And they're living in the worst time known to Bani Adam. But as parents and adults, we have a big responsibility. Last thing I want to mention, guys, as it relates to Hajj, there are many things that you guys can do. Although you're not performing Hajj, you can get the reward of the Hajj. Prophet Muhammad was going to do jihad with some of his companions. A poor man said, Ya Rasulullah, I want to go with you, but I can't. I don't have the money. I don't have the animal. I can't make it. Prophet Muhammad said, are your mother and your father alive? He said, my mother's alive. The Prophet said to that man, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, do good to your mother and be respectful and raise and honor her. If you do that, you'll be a person who make jihad and Hajj. These are the days of the Eid. Call your relatives, especially your mother. Send her some dough, send her some money. Give her something special. You guys, you didn't make Hajj? Be respectful to your mother. Listen, Prophet Muhammad says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you want to make Hajj? You didn't make Hajj? He said in an authentic hadith, من غدا إلى مسجد لا يريد إلا خيرا يتعلمه ويعلمه إلا كان كأجر حاج تام حجته. Anyone who leaves his house and he comes to the masjid to teach good or to learn good, listen to this, anyone who leaves his house, man, woman, child, what, you leave your house to come to the masjid to teach good or to learn good, and that's what you want to do, you will get the reward of making Hajj, complete Hajj. So if I came here to teach you people, I get the reward of Hajj. You came here to learn, you get the reward of Hajj. On the day of Jummah, the Imam Khatib came to teach the people the reward of Hajj. You came to learn the reward of Hajj. So many issues. He said anybody who prays Salatul Fajr in the masjid, and then he stayed in this place making the dhikr of Allah till the sun came up, then he prayed 2 rak'ah, he'll get the reward of Hajj and Umrah. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. And so many other issues. This is what we wanted to present in Khwani. We went really on a long time, but I hope you guys got some benefit. My man Yahya, my man Qais, and my little man over there, Hasnain. May Allah bless you guys and all of your families. And may Allah Ta'ala again give the administration here in this masjid the understanding of the elders here. We just don't want a masjid with some walls here. We want a masjid where, like I told you before, we can smell the aroma of the Sunnah, knowledge, and being proud and happy to be Muslims. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.